It was a quiet suburban street, the kind where nothing ever seems to happen. The houses were identical, the lawns trimmed, the nights usually peaceful. That's why what appeared on a simple doorbell camera one night unsettled so many people who later watched the footage. The clip begins with silence. No footsteps, no voices, just the faint hum of insects and the glow of a porch light. Then slowly, a figure enters the frame. He doesn't walk up to the door. He doesn't ring the bell. He just stands there, slightly off to the side, staring directly into the camera. Minutes pass, 5, 10. He doesn't move. When he finally leaves, he backs away without ever turning around. The homeowner didn't notice until the next morning. When they did, they realized something worse. The man had been there at 2:17 a.m. Their bedroom window, just above the porch, had been open. In another case, a ring camera in a quiet cul-de-sac captured what looked like a delivery attempt. A woman approached the door holding a small package. She smiled, waved at the camera, and set the box down neatly. But when the homeowner checked the footage later, something was wrong. The woman never knocked, never rang the bell, and when she walked away, she circled the house instead of heading back toward the street. Moments later, motion sensors behind the house were triggered. Police later confirmed there had been no delivery scheduled, and the package contained nothing but folded cardboard. One of the most disturbing clips came from a rural home surrounded by woods. The footage shows a family asleep inside while their ring camera records movement outside the front door. At first, it's just a flicker of motion near the tree line. Then a tall, thin figure steps into view. Its proportions seem off. The arms hang too low. The head tilts slightly, as if listening. It doesn't approach the door. Instead, it leans forward, just enough for its face to fill the frame. There are no visible features, just darkness where eyes should be. The figure remains there for nearly 20 minutes before slipping back into the trees. The homeowner sold the house less than 3 months later. Another video that went viral showed a man attempting to open a front door at exactly the same time every night for an entire week. The camera timestamps were identical down to the second, 3:09 a.m. The man wore the same clothes, moved the same way, tried the handle once, then stood still for exactly 30 seconds before leaving. On the 7th night, he finally looked directly at the camera and smiled. That was the last time he appeared. Police were never able to identify him. One ring camera in an apartment hallway captured something even more unsettling. The footage shows a young woman returning home late at night. As she unlocks her door, she suddenly freezes. The audio picks up her whispering, "Someone's behind me." The camera angle doesn't show anyone at first. Then, just before she turns around, a shadow appears on the wall behind her. The clip cuts off abruptly when she rushes inside and slams the door. She later told police she never saw anyone, but she could feel breathing close to her ear. Perhaps the most chilling footage came from a house that was supposed to be empty. The owners were on vacation, hundreds of miles away. Their ring camera sent an alert for motion at the front door around midnight. When they checked the live feed, they saw a man sitting on their porch steps, rocking back and forth. He appeared to be talking to himself. At one point, he looked directly into the camera and said, "I know you're watching." The homeowners called the police immediately. By the time officers arrived, the man was gone. Inside the house, nothing was stolen, but muddy footprints led from the porch to the back door. Another clip shows what looks like a child standing on a porch in the rain, barefoot and wearing a white shirt. He rings the doorbell repeatedly, but never steps back. The homeowner speaks through the camera, asking if he's okay. The child never responds. He just stares. When the homeowner opens the door, the porch is empty. The footage later reveals that the child never moved away. He simply vanished between frames. In one final case, a ring camera recorded a woman approaching the door late at night. She appears distressed, crying, asking for help. She says someone is following her. As she speaks, faint knocking can be heard behind her, coming from inside the house. The homeowner was home alone and hadn't made a sound. Terrified, they stayed silent. The woman suddenly stops crying, looks directly into the camera, and smiles before walking calmly into the darkness. These clips are unsettling, not because of what they show, but because of what they suggest. That even in places we consider safe, even behind locked doors and glowing porch lights, someone or something may already be watching. Ring cameras were designed to provide security. But for many homeowners, they've done the opposite. They've shown that the threat doesn't always come crashing through the door. Sometimes it just waits quietly on the other side, staring back.